It's been 3 years, but I'll never forgive my doctor. Hey reader, hope you're having a nice day/night. This is going to be a pretty long vent, possible TW. Eating disorders and mistreatment by a doctor. To explain my situation, I'm a woman, 22 years old, 165 centimeters, or 5 feet 5 inches, and my BMI is at 14.7, which means that I'm severely underweight. From as far as I remember, I've always been skinny, not to the point of it being a health issue, just skinny. I've always been praised as a kid for being in good shape and healthy, but once I got in middle school, I've started to struggle gaining weight. I used to do a lot of sport, was in a club to take swimming lessons once a week, was the captain of my handball club for 3 years, always active and having good grades in any sport we did. I used to get praised for being faster than the guys in my class, which was funny since they always wanted to challenge me, and we just ended up having a good time overall. That was just to explain that I've never had issues with it. At school, the bullying I used to go through had nothing to do with my weight. I had some comments about it here and there, but I didn't care. In high school, that's when I started getting more and more comments from teachers, classmates, and my family. People tried to pick me up to see how light I am, told me that if there's too much wind, I'd have to grab on them to not fly away. A bunch of comments like that. It started to hurt me when my family began to make comments about it too. Not in a nice way, a full body shaming way. I remember a few years ago when I was trying on a dress I actually liked. I never show too much skin or wear dresses, so it was a big deal for me. And my mom started laughing hysterically in the shop and told me to take it off, that I looked like a skeleton and was making the dress look ugly. That was the last time I wore a dress in her presence. Every time I see some people of my family, the first thing they tell me isn't even, "How are you?" or "Hello," but just, "Oh my God, you're still so skinny. You didn't gain any weight since last time I saw you." Why am I the only one questioned about it when my siblings and cousins gets asked about their life, projects, etc.? Why is everything always about me being skinny, a skeleton? I've been told that it hurts to look at me, that I look like a corpse. And since then, it became a sensitive topic. And yet to this day, I still get comments by everyone around me. Now, to talk about my doctor, he was aware of some of these. I used to have appointments with him once or twice every month as I tend to get sick easily, and we used to talk a lot about how's my life going. He was the one sending me to a psychiatrist after I mentioned my past with bullying and the panic attacks that I used to have very often. I trusted that man. I felt comfortable with him. He never made any wrong comments about my weight, only gave me vitamins, tips to help me eat more but in a healthy way, to try to go to the gym, etc. In early 2021, when I was 18, I got sick, severely, and COVID didn't make things easy for me to get the proper treatment and see a doctor. Unfortunately, I've also been neglected. At first, I threw up once a week, then twice a week, and it got to the point where every meal I got ended up flushed in the toilet, even water I drank. I had horrible chest pain, couldn't do anything but sleep, stayed in bed the whole time, and of course, I lost 10 kilograms, so at that time, my BMI was at 11. I can say that at that moment, my life was in danger, and I felt like no one understood that. So one day, after throwing up again and spending the night crying, I begged my parents to take me to the doctor, and we managed to get an appointment the next day, which was a blessing. I remember crying in the waiting room, not bawling or making a scene, but I was just in so much pain, so drained, that even sitting took me energy. I was a walking corpse. I just remember the tears falling down my cheeks as I sat in silence, hoping for anything or anyone to save me, because I thought I wasn't going to make it alive if I didn't get help soon. Both of my parents were here with me during the appointment, so the doctor understood that it must be about something serious. I don't remember what my parents told him, but they basically explained the situation, me throwing up, and I need to say it, I did not make myself throw up. My body was the one rejecting every food I got. The chest pain, me staying in bed, etc. I expected anything, absolutely everything, but getting yelled at. The doctor got upset, immediately assuming that I was making it on purpose, losing weight on purpose to worry my parents and get attention. I swear, those are his words. I had no energy left in me. I couldn't speak, just cry silently and shake my head as much as I could. My parents weren't really convinced, so they asked him to still just check me and my vitals before saying such things. He agreed, and told me to stand up and get in the second room to take off my clothes. I was shaking as I stood up. My dad reached out to help me walk and the doctor stopped him. I remember his words, "Don't help her. This is pure comedy. Don't give her the attention she's looking for. She can walk just fine. It's not like she's already dead." I couldn't believe what I was hearing. This was the man I trusted so much and was now being heartless to me. He made a huge deal of gasping and swearing when he saw my body, because yeah, it was scary to see. I was just bones at that point. He said that this was anorexia and that I should be sent in a psychiatrist hospital to be fed by four, that I deserve it for making my parents worry so much and destroying my health on purpose. My parents got scared by that, asked for more analysis to be done before giving me such a diagnosis, so he agreed with them. His tone when he was talking to my parents was calm, soft, and I only received cold glares. He agreed to send me to the hospital and get many tests done, that it could be an issue with my stomach like an ulcer or something like that, but that he was convinced I was just faking everything. I had more vitamins to take, baby food and some very sugary drinks from the pharmacy that were my only food for 2 months until I got every test done at the hospital, and after a final endoscopy, I got a diagnosis. It was an issue with my stomach that was causing me all this weight loss, nausea, and the repetitive vomiting. I don't remember much of that period. It wasn't a good one. I remember being silent and avoiding eye contact when we went to announce my diagnosis to the doctor and get a prescription for the medications I'd have to take. He never apologized for the way he spoke and treated me that day. And since then, I've only seen him once or twice a year to get my vaccines done. I go to any other doctor I find for my health issues, which takes me long trips in the bus, but I prefer that than seeing this man again. Now, I've developed some unhealthy habits with food, lost the ability to feel my physical hunger cues, and sometimes goes days without realizing that I haven't ate, since I got used to the feeling of an empty stomach for so long. My psychiatrist is very much aware of it, but won't really try to help. I will change all of this soon. Change doctor, psychiatrist, and soon go back to therapy to have the help I need, and hopefully feel better in my head and my body. I don't want to gain weight or lose weight. I want to be healthy. I want to be okay.